Good morning, Kitchen Witches. Today is Friday, June 26th, and this is your tarot and menu planning inspiration for the day. I'm Chef Lisa, editor-in-chief of A Chef's Grimoire magazine, and we're going to pull one card, and that's going to give us all the things we need to know for the day. Let's see, we're going to shuffle, and what is our card for June 26th? It is a beautiful day, or at least it's going to be. Yeah. All right, let's see what is on our plate. All right. Okay. It's the Two of Pentacles. Right. So, this card, a minor arcana. All the minors are ruled by a major, and number 2 in the major arcana is the High Priestess. So, the High Priestess teaches us that, yes, there's a tangible world that we learned about with the Magician, and all the elemental things we have within us that we can use to manifest, yes? But what the High Priestess teaches us is that not only is there the physical plane, but there's also the spiritual plane. And we are constantly a conduit between the two. So knowing her, the High Priestess's energy is in this card, this now can be a little easier to read, right? So Pentacles. Pentacles are the element of earth. They are anything that's tangible, that we can touch, that we can feel, that we can, or touch, collect, covet, yes? So think of obviously money, because these are also called coins, the pentacles. So money, right? Our job is what we work to obtain, that physical thing of money or possessions or our home or our car. So that's all pentacles, right? So this minor arcana is depicted beautifully by Pamela Coleman Smith, because this is a Rider Waite Smith version deck of a person. They're actually on solid ground, but sometimes they're actually drawn as being on a tightrope. And they're juggling 2 pentacles. So if you think about it, you're thinking about this card as being able to juggle many things. So a minor arcana is the day, it's a fleeting energy. It's not like the majors, like if we got the High Priestess, she would be a much more complex card. The reading of her would be much more complex and would seep not only into today, but also into our lives in general. Where the minor arcanas are just fleeting moments. They come, they go, and usually within a day or two. So when you get a minor arcana energy, like we did today as our card of the day, these are just things to be aware of, to be mindful of. So if the Two of Pentacles comes up, as it did, it might mean that you're taking on too much. And maybe you need to let some things go. You're doing a good job of juggling them all, but maybe you don't make dinner tonight. Maybe you order out. It'll lighten the load. So this is the energy to look out for today. So you're going to look through your day. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I got to be at 5 meetings today. Plus I need to carve out time to finish the paperwork. You know, it's a Friday, so we're finishing. We're putting the stamp on things so that we can go into the weekend not having to have that constantly playing on our brain that Monday morning, I gotta start with this, I gotta do that, you know? Just get it done, and then you can think about other things this weekend. So if you are juggling a million things, you have the kids to pick up from, you know, their outdoor activities. There's birthday parties over the weekend. Maybe you're baking for them, or, you know, you have to go and get birthday presents or whatever. While you're doing 8 other things, let's lighten the load a little bit and bring this card into the kitchen so that they can help us order out. Don't put making meals as an extra thing that you have to juggle. So today we're going to either maybe take a few things off our plate and finish them on Friday so that we don't have to think of them on Monday or through the weekend. And one of those things is going to be ordering out. So my thought is, obviously, order out or pick up the tab. Maybe you go out with a friend and, you know, say, hey, you know, I got this. And at least you feel like you're doing a contribution because you want to, you feel good about it, and it's still lightening your load. So I'm thinking in the morning, maybe one of your meetings, instead of meeting in the office, you say, hey, come on, let's go out for coffee. And you pick up the coffee tab. Yeah, I mean, that's nice. And then, you know, you can sit at a table that's kind of on its own and discuss matters, make sure, you know, that you get it done, but in an enjoyable way that's kind of juggling a couple things, but also being enjoyable as you do that. Then, so that's breakfast, right? Coffee, go out for coffee. Maybe the coffee house has an amazing array of baked goods. That's your breakfast. Delicious. I think so. For lunch, maybe you're still in the workplace, and why not bring in bagels for everybody to enjoy? So go to the store on your way back from your coffee meeting in the morning, go to the bagel shop, get a dozen bagels, an array of cream cheese, and bring them back to the office to share with everybody. You're not making it, you're purchasing it, but you're doing it for the good of others. You're juggling 2 things at once because you have to go back to the office or you have to go back home to work at the computer, and you know the kids are going to be around, so they're going to want lunch, Buy the bagels, buy the cream cheese, set it all out beautifully, maybe some grapes or fruit to go with it, and let everybody take for themselves. And they're eating, they're happy, and you can get on with your business. Juggle. Right, moving on to dinner. So now's the time to kind of relax a little bit, right? The job is done, you put everything to bed, and now you can think about putting your feet up a little bit. Maybe you have 10 other things you have to do before you close your eyes that night. But if you can do it while you either invite someone out for a meal, or you order the meal into your home, and then you don't have to think about cooking, and you could take care of whatever it is that you wanted to get done. Maybe it's folding the laundry, you know, putting away the groceries you ordered, a million things that you can be doing at home, sure. But one thing you don't have to do is cook dinner. So you either call up your friend and say, hey, I have the night off, let's go out, have a glass of wine, have an appetizer, or maybe a nice meal, and you can reconnect with people you really care about as you enjoy a meal together and relax. So that's 3 things taken off your plate. Juggle. Or you bring it to the home, right? Make sure it's a meal your whole family will love. And if you have a significant other, say, okay, you're going to put out the plates, kids are going to set the table. Everybody's got a chore to do so that you don't have to. And you're all going to enjoy a meal together without you running around, or whoever the main food preparer in the house is running around, so you can't really have quality time together. Now you can. So that's what this card is, right? You're doing an excellent job of juggling all these tasks, but sometimes you need to delegate, or you need to think about bringing tasks into joyful places. And if that's just getting a meal together, or meeting for coffee, or ordering out, then that's what needs to be done. It's Pentacles, right? You want those meals to be nourishing and tangible and delicious, but yet prosperous for everyone. So in that, make sure you nourish yourself, nourish those around you with all your kitchen magic. I'll see you tomorrow.